5 years ago, I sat down to record a video about myself. This was really uncomfortable. I didn't really enjoy it, but that single decision has triggered a chain of events that has made the biggest impact in the last half decade of my life. And I want to tell you how and why. In my early 20s, I had no shortage of ideas or projects that I wanted to take on. I had all these ambitions and things I wanted to do and films I wanted to make, but my biggest problem was actually following through and finishing things. I was a chronic starter and not finisher. And after a while of this, I got really good at giving myself excuses. I had every excuse in the book. I didn't have enough time, I didn't have the right stories, I didn't have the right experience, I didn't have the right camera gear. I was so gifted at giving myself excuses for why I wasn't making things or living a life that I'd be proud of. I was really good at excuses. Ready to roll?
Oh, let's rock and roll, baby.
After the stress of trying to take our van on trails that we have no business being on, it's really fun being in a vehicle that's actually built to do roads like this. Do you do this in Lithuania?
No.
Was that puckering some of those climbs in your new baby?
It was a little nerve-wracking.
So I've always wanted to make films and become a better storyteller. And I started to realize I should probably start to learn what makes a good story, because when I watch someone else's films, I usually am left with like a gut reaction of, yeah, that was good or not. But I didn't actually know the ingredients that made up a good one. And what I started to realize is a lot of the characters I liked the most, their life was actually going somewhere. They weren't staying stagnant. They weren't facing challenges and then going, nah, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. They were actually encountering some of the big obstacles in life, and then they're faced with that choice of, do I try to overcome it or not? And the stories that I like the most is when a complex character who's got some flaws would try to tackle it anyways, fully knowing that it could completely fail, but they face it with courage and do it anyways. It started to just become painfully obvious to me that a lot of the things that makes a good story weren't actually present in my daily life.
Eyes, all your thoughts depraved, uncivilized, have we both gone mad, trying to disguise our true nature?
I think we're coming up on stop number 1, a little abandoned gold mine that we might do some adventuring in.
So 5 years ago in December on Christmas break, I went up into a spare room in my parents' house, sat down with a tripod and a camera, and began to actually film a video of myself. So I didn't start making videos about my life because I thought it was something worth sharing or that I deserved people's attention. In fact, I started making the videos because I thought my life wasn't worth sharing, and I wanted to change that. I wanted to be a better character in my own story. There was all these goals that I had, and I wasn't making any progress towards them, and I just wanted to be more accountable to myself, to each week have to look back at what I accomplished and acknowledge, am I living a good story in the life of Levi? Like, am I actually doing and stepping up to the plate, acknowledging that failure is real and that this could totally crash and burn, but doing it anyways? Like, am I actually trying to be the best version of myself that I can be in this moment? Or am I just giving myself another excuse to put it off till next week? So the last 5 years of making videos on the channel has been a pretty wild adventure. I don't get as much joy out of making vlogs anymore. I'm more passionate about trying to mix it up and make different things. But one thing is definitely true for me, and that is having to tell my own story and be confronted with the fact that my excuses are often just ones that I'm imposing on myself and they aren't real. That's just made a massive impact on my life.
Nailed it! That was the shot, the money shot, the bucket shot.
here right now in the desert of California in Joshua Tree area, and got a group of rad attendees along at a workshop. The whole reason about this for me is just getting people excited about using stories to communicate things they care about. And I love it when people don't just make videos about making videos, but have their own interests that they take to whatever videos they're making and putting out into the world. And I don't think people need to be filmmakers or cinematographers to actually make really awesome stuff, and trying to get everyone excited about that.
It's been freaking fantastic. Is there a refund policy?
Well, there's actually a discount per beard length. So, for instance, Ben here,
Yeah,
he runs a overlanding channel that you just started.
just started, brand new. If you like what you see of the rig and what we've been doing today,
Oh, you're gonna say the like and subscribe thing. Yeah, forget you. We got Brendan making candles. We've got Ryan over here who does boxing marketing and also loves live streaming and podcasting. We've got Wes over here who's finding his voice as a dad whose daughter just moved out and is trying to figure out what to do with all his spare time. Is that accurate?
that's accurate, 100%.
And we've got Vadim, who loves literature, psychology, philosophy, reading books, and killing bears with bare hands.
Oh, yes.
So we've been having a rad time in this workshop, and one of the things that I've been trying to get people to get excited about is building up their presence online as they're experimenting and figuring out what it is they want to do. And a big piece of that is making sure you've got your own home base. So we've got Squarespace in the house as a sponsor of this video. And I love Squarespace as a platform because they just make it so simple to build your own website. It's an all-in-one platform for registering your domain, getting your website launched. They have an incredible website builder with gorgeous designer templates. I love that they make it really easy to run my online store and keep track of orders, and also see my analytics to find out how people are ending up at my website. So I highly recommend to head over and get started with a trial. And then when you're ready to make the jump, use my code for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Jeven, my man, this was a good weekend.
It's fun. I definitely enjoyed coming out to the desert and bringing a group with us.
Do you think we brought them some value?
I think so. I mean, even like just hearing your lectures in this kind of setting, like we've been friends and we've chatted, but hearing like lectures, like I've learned a ton about storytelling, that things that I can walk away with and even implement. So I think, you know,
People have really benefited from like our 2 takes, I think.
yeah, I have a very different approach to YouTube than Levi, and I think everyone here, like, they were just having a conversation with us, and everyone's like the yin and the yang, basically. It's cool to see that.
I need to start implementing some more strategy in how I create my stuff instead of just going off a whim and uploading exactly what I'm done and being a little smart about things like that. So I'm gonna head over and watch more of your videos on this stuff.
And I'm gonna need to put a little bit more storytelling in the stuff I'm doing. So
Are we gonna do one of these again?
I don't know. You want to do one again?
Maybe they should smash like, is that what I'm supposed to say, Jeff?
Smash like, subscribe.
Life's better when you make stuff.
Yeah.